Hello, dear beloved friends. This is Caroline Schiesel once again, greeting you out of South Africa. Yes, a very cold South Africa. As you can see, I'm all, warmly dressed because, yes, my fingers are terribly cold and my feet are cold, and I got a hot water bottle just right at my back to keep me warm. So that can tell you how cold it is here. Anyway, I would like to speak today, especially to mothers and fathers who are going through difficult times, with their children. I know we do the best we can to bring our children up in good homes, in secure homes, in loving homes. But many a time, our kids are enticed by all the worldly things out there. And it's not easy for parents when they are confronted with very horrible and terrible things that our kids are doing. And today I would just like to go through the book of Proverbs, just a few scriptures out of the book of Proverbs that speak so clearly about foolish sons. In Proverbs 10, verses 1, it talks about a wise son that brings joy to his father, but a foolish son grieves to his mother. I know, and I'm aware that there might be a lot of mothers who are grieving for their sons because of foolish actions that they've done in their lives. And when we read also in chapter 10, verses 8, it talks about, "Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching." I want to speak today with a lot of young people out there. It is so important to listen to your father's instructions. Many times you think, oh, my dad, he might not have all the education that I got, and I'm so clever and I know it all. But, your father is a man of experience. He's gone through the school of life, and he knows exactly what and how to go about things. Perhaps you might not think, but I remember as a child, my dad used to teach us. And even today, I am holding fast to those teachings and those instructions of both my parents. And when I look, at my brothers and sisters today, I thank God for discipline, and I thank God for correction, and I thank God that they could teach us, the ways of the Lord. So I want to encourage you, young men out there, to listen to the instructions of your father and the teachings of your mother. Perhaps you say, oh, they're too old-fashioned, they don't know things, we are in a new era, we are in a technical world, and we do this and we do that. But I tell you, they have experienced a lot of things in their lifetime. In Proverbs 10, verses 7, it talks about the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. I think it all begins with the fear of God. I remember when I was a young girl of 14 years old, I have made my decision that I want to serve God. And I don't regret any moment of that, because you know why? Those were the most wonderful years for me as a young teenager girl of 14 years old, that I said, God, step right into my life. I need you. But where did it all start? When I was 6 years old, I remember one day my mom, she came and she told me about Jesus. Even though at the time she didn't really know Jesus, but she grew up perhaps in a home where her parents talked about God and about the love of Jesus Christ. And that, as a child of 6 years old, stuck into my mind. And I can recall that throughout these years of my adulthood, that was the most wonderful gift that my mother gave to me at that time as a child, to talk to me about God. So now I want to encourage parents to talk to your children about God, because God is able to transform your children's lives, and we have to live the life that can teach our children that God is a wonderful God, and only Jesus Christ can change your heart and life. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Now, young man, I would like to speak to you personally today. Embrace wisdom, embrace knowledge, embrace understanding. Come to God, give yourself over to God and say, God, I need your wisdom. I need your knowledge. I need your insight, how to go about in my life. Please lead me and guide me. Show me the way. Our parents, they warn us against dangers. Our parents, they warn us against the things of the world that's going to entice us, against wrong company, against wrong friends. It's so easily to be enticed by things that can lure us off into the wrong direction, into the wrong path. So therefore, pay attention to when your parents are teaching you something or telling you something. Don't be like a foolish son and reject it or despise it, because doing that, you're despising the instructions of God, because God has placed us in a family where our parents, they are responsible for our souls before God. And so they're teaching you the principles and the ways of God to walk in it. So don't be foolish. Let God come and work in your heart and life. Just start to embrace their teachings and their instructions and their training. Embrace it and apply it into your heart and your life. And I tell you, I can guarantee you, if it is based on the word of God, and if they are God-fearing people, that your life will be successful and you will not be enticed by the world or by the things of the world. God can turn your whole life around. You don't have to follow the ways of your friends. You don't have to follow in the path of drugs and immoral sex and all sorts of things. You don't. Because God can keep your life clean, pure, holy, and undefiled. Come to Jesus. And I want to encourage the parents. If you're a godly parent, you start praying and trusting God, believing God that He's going to do something for your child. Because, it's so sad to see how many are alive, is being destroyed by Satan and by the works of the flesh and by foolishness of young people make foolish decisions. But I can tell you today that God is able to turn your life around. Nothing is impossible for God. If you come and say, God, I need wisdom, I need understanding, I need knowledge, please teach me your paths. And I can tell you, God is able to do that for you. So parents, don't give up praying for your children. If your child is straying away from God, just ask God to come through in his heart and life, and just to open his blind eyes and let him see the light of Christ, the light of the gospel that can bring a change in his heart and life. Don't give up. You just go on praying and the Lord will do a great and mighty thing. So this is what I'm going to share with you, and I hope that I can continue to speak about this subject because it's so important. Our youth, they're finding themselves with great challenges, and only God can change the situation. So don't give up. Keep on praying. Keep on standing on the promises of God, parents. Keep on instructing. Keep on showing the right ways of Christ, and the Lord will bless you and keep you. You keep on doing the will of God, and you will be successful as well as your family. The Lord bless you.